So today we're going to make a nice mustache party. But no, for real. Let's start, and first of all, just with a nice mustache, just stay present. Breathe. Watch. And don't scroll through the comments or through other YouTube videos at the same time. I mean, why are you watching this video? Either watch it, be fully present, or leave it. But I need your attention. Thank you. Getting lost, getting distracted. Do you know this feeling that you're meditating, very clear, you feel centered, balanced, and when you go out into the world, you start talking to other people, and the moment you open your mouth, it's gone. You feel like you lost touch. You lost yourself. You become unconscious and lose yourself in the conversation, in the world. And then a few moments later you're like, what the fuck happened? Where is it gone? And when you're alone, on your own, in your room, in the park, not talking to other people, then again, it's so clear, so obvious, so simple. That stillness is there. And no sense of being lost or whatsoever, or just being. So what happened? That's the question. Even after having some kind of insights, awakening, not just thinking, like really shifts in identity and perception even. And realizing that realizations of no self, depending on how deep they go. How and why does it still happen that we lose ourselves, and then there's that sense of self and identification still starts happening when we talk to others? And I feel like basically it can be said that the ego, that sense of self, only or can very well exist in relationships. When you meditate, thoughts become less, more stillness, bigger gaps, just stillness. The moment you open your mouth, thought gets activated, the mind gets activated, thoughts come, right? And when they come and you start getting into them, it just flushes you away. You go with it, and then afterwards you're like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? So you're not centered and present, and watch how those words, how those thoughts are coming and going into words. It just, it all comes and you're lost. And the reason for it is especially triggers as well, or it supports this process. On the one hand, activation of mind, really then saying it, which is even like more physical, like a sound, like really giving it an expression and communicating through it. And then triggers, especially from people that you have close relationships with, your partner, family, parents, friends, other family members, or at work, the boss, colleagues. when there's pressure, triggers, whatsoever, that's what creates all those emotions or reveals those emotions inside of you that create this contraction and therefore this false identification. And as a result, there's this illusory sense of self. And let me have a look on my notes. So just because you might have had a realization, it doesn't mean that all those emotions, unconscious emotions, those shadow aspects of yourself are gone. They're still there, just unconscious, resulting in energetic blockages. And those blockages, there is no free flow. It's stuck, dense. It creates some stickiness, some denseness, some sense of identity that arises out of that process. This identification can also be very subtle. But if you just do your shadow work, go out into the world and see what triggers you, even after awakenings, depending on the type and the deepening, you can feel it, and it will trigger you. It will give you that sense of, fuck, there's still someone here. And they have a strong pull. In psychological terms, you can call them unconscious. That's their limiting beliefs. Combinations with emotions, repressed emotions, traumas, everything that doesn't flow, that is stuck, repressed, suppressed, pushed down, that you hold on to. But it has a strong pull. It does. And it is grabbing your attention. It has some importance and urgency. I still need to do that work. Need to worry about my job, bills, money, relationships. All those expectations that come along with those fields. Social, work, and a romantic relationship. So much worries. And when you see all those words on the screen, what happened? Maybe before you were more present, but your attention was drawn to those words, to those thoughts. You got lost, distracted. In this moment, awareness, open awareness starts to narrow down, focusing attention. And you're gone. You're not here. You're washed away. At least this is how it feels. You didn't focus on the entire screen, on the background, trees, my face, just those words. Not focusing on the background, but just on single thoughts, not the silence behind. And it will happen again and again. But now you relax. I hope you do. If not, just do. You can feel muscles are not tense. Energy is opening up, literally expanding. And here we are again. Do you see how awareness works? The moment we open our mouth, the tension narrows. So it's an opposite movement. We don't say anything, mouth is closed, and there's just, wow, stillness, vastness. But we start talking, thoughts come, and the tension narrows, awareness becomes focus. We can't see all around. And this is contraction, which creates the sense of identity that can be felt. And Rupert Spira, he had a very nice quote about this, so let me read it out. He says, "Mind is awareness in motion. Awareness is mind at rest. Only the infinite can know the infinite. Only the finite can know the finite." Let me say the first part again. Mind is awareness. Mind is awareness in motion. Awareness comes with thoughts. Awareness is mind at rest, or stillness, you can say. It's the same, just a different frequency, if you want to call it that way. Different movement or contraction. But it's not different. That is the reason why after awakenings, where in some parts you don't feel free, there's still that sense of I that spontaneously rises when you get triggered. Because it's not that it is there or not, that sense of self or mind or awareness or whatsoever, it's one just moving, changing form and motion. That's what's happening. And the more there's still flowing, the more there's flowing and stillness. Stillness, expansion, and then this flowing, and not stuck energies. This sense of self will disappear more and more, or can be seen through deeper and deeper. So let me check my notes again. And especially from the viewpoint of awareness, everything is clear. But same does not apply to your energetic body, mind, emotions, and especially the physical body that is very dense, frequency-wise. So the question is, what should we do about it? Of course, nothing. But for real, what can we do? I would say use these situations. They are a gift. They really are, because those triggers come to the light, can be exposed, can be seen, released and integrated, can be felt, can be allowed. And if it is seen, like 100% seen through, it will not come back. Only if it's a partial seeing through. But you don't want to push it down. Don't want to freak out when you get triggered. That's the practice. That's what we want, actually, right? And when it happens, stop doing anything. Just feel it. Watch it. And sink and relax into it. And it will slowly disappear. Not analyzing, not trying to change, not, I don't know. Just being with it. Feeling it. But not feeding it. Feeling instead of feeding. And feeling comes by wanting to change. Pushing down. Wanting to change is also some kind of resistance. Wanting to improve on it, to understand it. We don't want to understand, we want to be, to feel. And if you do this, I mean you're not actually doing it, if it happens more and more, and you just watch it. You go out in the world, sometimes still get lost. That's okay. After a while, the world you will see will be perceived as less triggering. Because you peel one layer of the onion, another one, and another one. And you keep on peeling layer after layer. The same way you have been doing it in meditations. It becomes more empty and more empty, but here it's not in the sitting on your cushion in your room. It's out there in the world. Get triggered. Let other people show you, let life show you where you are not flowing freely right now. Don't freak out about it. But those are very good pointers. There's more to do for the no self than simply resting and abiding into awareness. More integration. So do it. Or not, don't do it, let it happen. Do it and watch it at the same time. Do it, but don't get identified. Don't get lost in it. And it will happen. It's okay. But keep coming back and watching. And watching. That all those things can come into presence. That it can be seen and burned by that light. Eaten up. Before we wanted not to be distracted by emotions, thoughts, and all those things. Just emptying out, emptying out. Now let them come. If you're empty, let them come. And let them show you where you are still stuck. And at the end, I would like to read a quote by Osho. He says, "The more aware you become, the less conscious are you of your awareness." And I also noticed it to be true in my case. And at a certain point, if you are too concerned, if we're too concerned with being present and being, it already has this flavor and fragrance of it just disturbs this flowing, this flying, this energy, and it will get you into the mind. So again, watch it, then relax into it, sink into it. That's the way. Enjoy, flow. And at the end of the day, that stillness, or awareness if you want to call it that way, the screen, it doesn't care about being triggered or not. It is only the mind. The screen is just there. The stillness is just watching, or the witness. Only the mind freaks out. So don't worry too much about it. Don't make the mind your enemy. It's, as Rupert Spira said, it's the same thing, just in motion or at rest, but it's just a different frequency. So enjoy getting lost, enjoy talking and being in silence.